Hey everybody, Kayfabe Jiu-Jitsu. Today we're going to go over one way to defend the arm lock from the guard, your standard arm bar. If you need a refresher on how to do that, the 5-step arm bar is already on the channel. We'll link that down below. You can check that out if you need a little refresher. So for this particular escape, what I'm going to be using is we call it the rear naked choke defense for the arm bar, which is basically I'm just going to choke nothing with the same configuration that I would for my rear naked choke. I'm going to cover the arm that she's trying to extend with my other bicep, and I'm going to lock everything in place with the other hand. There's a lot of different ways to defend the armbar, but this is the one I use probably the most often. It's the one I have the best success with. Give it a whirl. If you like it, let me know. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so my partner is going to attack the arm lock. Ideally, I'd like to defend it a long time before she gets to the point where she's got her leg over my head, but sometimes I don't get what I want. I'm going to use this rear naked choke defense. I'm going to grab the outside of the leg. If you can get inside the leg, it works even better, but typically this leg is going to be clamped down the back of my head and I'm going to have trouble getting it in there quickly enough. I go around the outside and I sort of dig my fingers into the back of her arm. And I just sort of anchor everything together. Now this isn't enough. Eventually she's going to figure out to grab the top part of my hand and she's going to start levering and break my arm. So I can't stay here very long. I'm going to start to stack her up. But I don't want to jump to my feet and do everything and she'll end up sweeping me probably. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to worm my way here. I'm going to put my left knee by her head. I'm going to pick the other leg up. And I'm going to start to tip my hip a little bit and put as much pressure as I can manage on this person. I don't want her able to extend her hips, go ahead, like that. Because if she gets a hold of my arm and does that, it might break. So I want to do the opposite. I want to crunch, smash her knees into her chest. Once I get control here and I feel like I've got all my weight on him, I'm going to start to pull this arm out. But I don't want to straighten it while I pull. I don't want to straighten as I pull because she'll arm lock me. Instead, I'm going to kind of pull the whole thing this way until my elbow pops out. Once my elbow is past her hip line, it's relatively safe for me to try to pull the arm out even if I straighten it. So if I start to straighten here and she tries to armbar, my elbow's already out. So I just simply pull the arm out at that point. If she's clamping really hard and I can't get it out of there, I use this other knee to kind of block her butt. Allows me to yank it out. Once I get this arm out, I'm not quite out of danger yet. If she brings this leg over, might start doing triangles, there's omoplata, the whole thing. So I grab here and I leg drag it through, capturing the head, passing the guard. That's a little hard to see. There's stuff happening kind of in front and behind. So we'll show you a couple of different times from a couple of different angles. It's one of my favorite ways to defend the armbar from guard. It's got a pretty high success rate for me, and I see other people use it all the time. So it must be okay. Alright, give it a whirl. Tell me if you get arm locked. See you next time.